All right, here with the Pocket Rocket, Wayne McCullough. Wayne, here at the WBC convention, you're as popular as anybody. You've been you haven't been as active in this sport, but is it tough for you? Do you miss it, especially when you get around these other great fighters?
And when you're around, like today was over 100 world champions here, and all the fans are here. And so I train every day, so I'm always around boxing in some way. And getting in the ring, you do miss that, but I say the fans always appreciate you. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Who stuck with you today? Or there's somebody you saw today you didn't expect to see?
They set me right beside Oscar Larios, the guy that he beat me back in 2005. He doesn't know any English. I don't know very little Spanish, but he was talking away to me. And Manuel Medina was on the other side. You had Sugar Ray Leonard there, Tommy Hearn, Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran. You had everybody there. Over 100 champions, and say Big George Foreman was sitting. He was singing along with my daughter while she was singing, so it was a great day.
That had to be a thrill for you to have your daughter Wynona go out and sing, because this place was packed today. You had to be a proud father there sitting there.
Yeah, well Jose Suleiman, once he found out she could sing, he wanted her to be the singer, and she loved it out there. But they said there was about 1,200 people. I say over 100 world champions, and she loves to do it. And loves to entertain, and she had a great time.
Does she get that from you?
Well, she gets nervous if the day before. She's still nervous, but she says when she's up there, just like when I fought, once the bell went, I was okay. Once she starts singing, she says she's not nervous at all.
Yeah, well, she handled herself like a champ, and I noticed today you carried in the flag of the state of Nevada. How did you get picked for that?
They came over and asked me, do you want to carry the Nevada flag? And I'm like, well, yeah, I've lived here. That's where I started. And I said, yeah, definitely. So I got to carry the first flag in, which was the Nevada flag.
Now, I just want to switch gears real quick with you. Now, you've been doing some work with the UFC. There are people in boxing that really don't like that sport. How do you obviously like it and appreciate it?
Well, I love it. I went to my first live fight, and it was actually in here, the Mandalay Bay, in 2004. It was Chuck Liddell Ortiz 1, and I've loved the sport from then. Then I met Dana at the Chuck Liddell Ortiz 2 in December '06, and he asked me to come on board and work for him, and I'm like, yeah, I love the sport. I've known Dana since about 1994, 95, and they're two separate sports. You can support both, but I think a lot of the boxing people are realizing all the PR is going towards the UFC, and boxing could be so much the same, but they're getting all the PR, and boxing's doing nothing.
Do you think boxing is going to make a comeback? They keep looking at just they talk about the Mayweather, fighting against, the president of the Philippines. He'll be president before they fight.
People say, like, you're saying a comeback, but as I say, I think they're two separate sports, and boxing people could it's a fight. If there's a fight in the corner, I'm going to watch it.
Right.
Whether it's an MMA fight or a boxing fight. But I think most of the boxing promoters are the ones who are jealous of the UFC, and it's because Dana White, Lorenzo, and Frank Fertitta, they treat the fighters right in the UFC, and they give them fight bonuses and look after them. And you go to a fight and you see all the ex-fighters sitting up front. You go to a boxing event and you can't even get a ticket. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. This is the only time you're going to see fighters together at a convention. But as I say, when you go to a fight, you see very few boxers.
Yeah. Well, do you ever get any flack from any of the boxing people, knowing that you're working with the UFC?
Yeah, I've had a few people, called you a traitor and stuff. And I'm thinking, well, whatever.
Yeah.
The UFC, I love the UFC, as I say. I love boxing, but right now the UFC is my life, and I'd back up the UFC 100%. And Dana's my good friend, and Lorenzo is my good friend as well, and I back them up, as I say, 100%.
Okay. Well, listen, we appreciate you taking some time and spending it with us. You're a guy, you look like you could get involved in the UFC. Maybe we'll find you in the cage.
The funny thing is, Ron, today they actually introduced the new 125-pound weight class. So things would cross my mind, because I do a bit of the jiu-jitsu stuff, and I'm good on my feet, of course. And never say never. Are
you seriously thinking?
I would love to have a go at it. I really would, because in boxing, I say my wife tried to get me fights the last few years, couldn't get them. MMA, people are going to fight me.
Well, that sounds good. Is it?
But I'm not going to put a James Toney. I know how to sprawl and choke a guy out. I'm not dumb. I'm not going to walk on blindfolded.
All right. Well, we're gonna check that out. Do you think that you've worked with some of the MMA fighters with their striking and so forth?
Yeah.
Did they pick it up pretty easily?
They pick it up, because they're, as I say, they're fighters, but they've got about 4 different disciplines: boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, and Jiu-Jitsu. So it's hard. They focus on different things. Where boxing, we just focus on our hands, and that's why we're more superior probably on our feet than most guys. In the UFC, of course.
Right.
But if they did a jiu-jitsu against us, it's a different ballgame.
Well, listen, you're a man of many sports and many talents. I want to wish you all the best with your new career working over there in the with the UFC. But we'll always know you as the Pocket Rocket, the great WBC Bantamweight champion. We appreciate it, Wayne.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.